Hey, welcome guys. I just wanted to show a little, see what kind of progress has been made on our little FPS. Now, this is not a coding one, but what I'm aiming for and how to keep it modular as possible. And as of right now, we have where he stops, he quits animating. And even if you do this and then stop, you can't just automatically shoot. You absolutely have to keep your shift in the up position in order to shoot. So if you're sitting here holding it and then you stop and you try to shoot, it won't let you. But if you let go of it, it'll start letting you shoot. It'll keep people from running and then shooting. And this gravity thing's driving me nuts a little bit, but that's because of the player controller, which I'm working on rewriting anyway. So later on, we can have, maybe some parkour, or maybe a double jump in the air, or a variety of other things, including just falling and hurting yourself. Now, the thing I wanted to show was the example code that I made in my video before this one showed the loading progress, and I've integrated it into my saving and loading so far, which it's an example, but I've made it where it shows you how much it's saved so far, the progress on it. And it's the same code that I've showed you in the example for doing this. I've just changed the text and the color a little bit, but when it reaches this, it's saved. So you can reload, it'll give you the same system, and the UI is still where it needs to be. Now in our player, I've made it very easy to do a lot of things, but the thing that I've changed is there's this reload.length, this lean thing, which I'm going to put length probably. Now you can set an animation in here. Now at runtime, it will set this timer. Okay, so basically, at runtime, when you set up your player, if you put an animation in the slot, your reloading animation, it will automatically generate the float timer. Okay, so basically it's the timer in which you reload, and I put a key thing in here, so you can put your reload key on any one of these: backwards, slash, left, enter, tab. This is a perimeter and it's passed in. I've got it on R because reload. I mean, we're only going to need reload for one class, so it's not really going to matter, but I thought it would be a nice feature and show you guys how to do that anyway. Now I have this bool for reloading because you want to know when your code's being set off and to stop it from sitting here spamming reload, boom. And we'll be changing it where it's a progressive thing, but this works for a single gun. It's not really meant for a shotgun where you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, but it'll get you with your machine guns right now. Now this sway has been changed, which I've done this. Now this move parameter, you haven't seen this before, but I'm passing it around my speed and which direction that I go from the controller, and I'm just giving it to this class. So whenever it's 0, 0, it will stop playing the animation, but when it's not, then it won't let you run and shoot somebody while they're running, because that's generic, and you know, this can also mean you cannot zoom and run at the same time. Which it would be pretty dumb to try to run and zoom at the same time. I don't think that should be a thing. Now, this feature you might want people where they can run and zoom in, but I don't. And this positioning is based on your zoom position, so you can change it to whatever, you know. And the next thing I'll be working on is a prototype for lenses, like scopes. I'm trying to keep it where the scope is its own simple object, where you can, you know, zoom in, zoom out, other things like that. Something that would be more desirable and most people don't do. I mean, most of the time they have one zoom, and that's pretty much the only thing that they have, which is kind of boring. So, you know, that's what I've been working on. This is the animator, but this function right here is really nice, and I'll show you guys how I did that in script, which I will be uploading to the website pretty soon. Now, you'll see this animation clip and then passing it. So when we come into this, if this animation is not null, then it will pass it the length of the animation. That's how you can directly integrate it into your system. So when you're doing the reload, before we have this little function for reloading. This is for debugging to make sure we play the animation and then start the coroutine. Now this coroutine right here can do a variety of different things. But the most important thing that it does is yield. Now I tried to yield return and then just pass it the length, but it wouldn't act right. For some reason I had to put new wait 4 seconds. I haven't figured out why. Maybe it's a Unity bug. Maybe they got a patch to fix it. But I couldn't just do the length like I did in the, I believe the muzzle flash script, which I might integrate into like a modular system like I did Sway. I might have muzzle flash as its own little class thing instead of its own little game object and stuff, which it's still a game object. But if I do that, then I could just pass just a simple mesh into it. I haven't decided yet. But you got your weapon behaviors, which is the behavior that your weapon is currently doing. Running is 2, walking is 1, zoom is 1, and you know, this is how we can do this in our little switch statement. And yeah, that's pretty much how far we've made. This hasn't done anything, and you know, here's the save progress, which is really nice because before you can, you know, pretty much go, hey, I'm saving, but I didn't know where it actually was in the game. So now you have that, and some reload keys, and this script will change probably 3 or 4 more times before, so don't worry if you get one of them. Just keep messing with it and keep checking back and keep experimenting, and you'll start to understand what all of it does over time. But like, hit, subscribe, you know, do your YouTube stuff, and thanks for the donation again from one of the subscribers or visitors to the website. Appreciate it. Drinking your pop right now, buddy. Thank you much. And thank all you guys for watching. See you in the next video.